Subscribe to Gizmo Times and get notified about our latest videos by hitting the bell icon.
Hey guys, welcome to Gizmo Times. So this is Chetan and this is a quick comparison of the two smartphones in the mid-range pricing. Both of them having the same chipset and both doing quite well with that. The Asus Zenfone Max Pro M2 versus the Realme 2 Pro. There was one more phone from Realme that was launched recently, that's the Realme U1, but the 2 Pro makes more sense because it has the same chipset. That's the Qualcomm Snapdragon 660 and the U1 had the Helio P70. So let's compare these two phones and check out which has a better set of specs, because this is not a full comparison. This won't have a lot of camera samples, it won't have a lot of talk about the battery, although we know that the battery should be better on the Zenfone Max Pro M2. So a quick spec comparison. Starting with the design itself, first, both of them have kind of a plastic back. These two are not glass backs, although they seem like glass, they aren't. And that is what the good thing is about. You don't really need a glass back because it looks good in every way. This is the wave finish that the company calls it. And on the other side, this is also kind of a wave finish, but it's not named that way. And they both look good. There's no complaint about which one looks better, or there's no comparison there. It's all about personal preference. I feel that the Realme 2 Pro has a better feel while holding in the hand, but then this looks good, the Asus Zenfone Max Pro M2 as well. Now on the front, if we talk about the display of these two phones, the phones come with the same screen size, that's 6.3 inch on the front, and for that the resolution as well is the same. That's 1080 into 2280 pixels of screen resolution on the Zenfone Max Pro M2, and that is because of this notch here. And it's a bit bigger on this Realme 2 Pro. It's 19.5:9 aspect ratio, so you see 1080 into 2340 pixels of screen resolution. But one major advantage of the Zenfone Max Pro M2 over the Realme 2 Pro is that it comes with the Corning Gorilla Glass 6 protection on the front, which is resistant to falls as well. On the other side, the Realme 2 Pro comes with the Gorilla Glass 3 protection. Now, if we talk about the weight as well, this comes with a 3500 mAh battery, and when compared to that, this comes with a 5000 mAh battery. Still, this is lighter than the Realme 2 Pro. This phone is 170 grams in weight when compared to the 174 grams of the Realme 2 Pro. Surprisingly, this will offer a better battery life, and it's still lighter than the other one. So that way, I feel that the phone is easy to hold, having a better battery as well. With the performance, there won't be a lot of difference, although there is ColorOS versus the stock Android on the Asus Zenfone Max Pro M2, and it's the Qualcomm Snapdragon 660, which is quite a good mid-range chipset, so the performance might be the same. The ColorOS might be a bit different with the usage, but that's what it is. It is a quick comparison. We won't be talking a lot about it. We do have the gaming reviews of both the phones, so you can check them out to see which one does better in that way. With the storage and the options that are given here, the best that you can get with the Realme 2 Pro is 8GB, 128GB, and that is what you can buy in the market. On the other side, the best that you can get with the Asus Zenfone Max Pro M2 is the 6 plus 64GB variant, not better than that. So if you want something that is future-proof and goes for long term, the 8GB one with 128GB storage on the Realme 2 Pro should be a good option for you. Both of them have the dedicated microSD card slot, and both of them with the connectivity are almost the same because they have the dual SIM with the dual VoLTE option, so there's no difference in that connectivity. If we talk about the Android OS, here it's Android 8.1 Oreo, and that is the stock Android on the Zenfone Max Pro M2, and we are already told that this phone will get the update to Android Pie in January. On the other side, the Realme 2 Pro comes with the ColorOS based on Android 8.1.0 Oreo. We aren't sure, though Realme again has promised that there will be an update to this to Android Pie. So Android Pie update is guaranteed on both of them. That is a good thing here. And the security patch level here is about 1st October on this one, while it's September 5th. So this is a bit late with the security updates, the Realme 2 Pro. In comparison to that, this is faster, and stock Android always has that advantage of faster updates usually. So with the interface, if you feel that Realme's ColorOS is what you need, you can easily use it. It's not bad in a way, but most of the users would prefer stock Android. But on the other side, if we talk about the features offered, these are the things: that's game space, app split screen, clone apps, the app management, and the other things, and also the smart and convenient options. These are all present with the Realme 2 Pro, and that is not on the Zenfone Max Pro M2. So that way, with the experience, the user experience would be better on the ColorOS if you are someone who don't mind this kind of interface, because it's a bit limited when compared to the stock Android. So that way, I would say that it's always personal, and more features are offered on the Realme 2 Pro, but stock Android is something that users might prefer on the Asus Zenfone Max Pro M2. With the camera, that is one big aspect for any mid-range smartphone. The cameras on these are quite different. What you see on the Asus Zenfone Max Pro M2 is a combination of 12 megapixel plus 5 megapixel cameras. the 12MP one offering f1.8 aperture for the good light entry, but on the other side, the Realme 2 Pro comes with a 16 megapixel f1.7 aperture. And to be frank, with the captures that we did already, I felt that the Realme 2 Pro did quite a better job with the camera, with the colors that are reproduced there, and also with the light in low light conditions. So the Realme 2 Pro seemed a little better, but again, we'll do a full camera comparison later. For now, we felt that the f1.7 camera on the Realme 2 Pro did a better job than the ASUS 12 megapixel camera that comes with the f1.8 aperture. And both have the secondary camera as well. There's a 5MP f2.4 camera on the Zenfone Max Pro M2, and there's a 2 megapixel camera for the depth sensing on the Realme 2 Pro. And both of them offer the 4K video recording at 30 FPS. On the front, again, for the selfies, both have an f2.0 camera, and the ASUS Zenfone Max Pro M2 comes with a 13 megapixel camera. There's also an LED flashlight, which is a good thing, though the notch is bigger, but that houses an LED light for the low light selfies. On the other side, there's a 16 megapixel f2.0 camera on the Realme 2 Pro, but it does not have any selfie light or the LED light for the low light selfies. So that is one disadvantage of the Realme 2 Pro when compared to the Zenfone Max Pro M2. Finally, with the battery, as we said earlier, both have a lot of difference in the battery capacities. There's a 5000 mAh battery on the Zenfone Max Pro M2, and there's a 3500 mAh battery on the Realme 2 Pro. So obviously, even though you some might say that there's a better optimization or something, but in the end, the battery life should be better on the Zenfone Max Pro M2, giving about 2 days of battery and about 5 to 8. That varies based on the usage. 5 to 8 hours of screen on time, and compared to that, we used to get about 4 to 5 hours of screen on time on the Realme 2 Pro. And the fast charge support was not present on both of them. We tried with the 5V2A chargers that are given in the box. Both have the same charging speeds, and it would take a bit longer on the Zenfone Max Pro because of the bigger battery, but there's no fast charge support. One good thing about the Zenfone Max Pro M2 again here is that it supports the reverse charging. If you want to charge any other phone around with this large battery of the Zenfone Max Pro M2, that is possible. But that can't be done with the Realme 2 Pro smartphone. So with the pricing, they are the same. You get the 4 plus 64 option for 15,000 rupees. So this was a quick comparison between the ASUS Zenfone Max Pro M2 and the Realme 2 Pro smartphones. If you have any other questions about these smartphones, let me know. We'll anyway be doing a camera comparison and a full comparison later to let you know which should be your ideal choice. So if you have any other questions before that, do let us know in the comments and we'll try to answer that. And subscribe to Gizmo Times for more. Thank you for watching and see you in our next video.